Once upon a time, in a little town called Cloudville, there lived a man named Raj Mehta. Raj was famous for two things: his unstoppable imagination and his incredible ability to fail spectacularly at almost everything he tried. But there was one dream he never gave up on. He wanted to fly. Not in an airplane, not in a helicopter. He wanted to fly by himself, like a bird. Everyone thought he was crazy. His friends laughed. His parents shook their heads. His neighbors called him the local Superman without a license. But Raj didn't care. He always said, "One day you'll all look up and see me in the sky." And they did, but not in the way he expected. Raj began his experiments with full enthusiasm. His first plan was simple. He tied 50 helium balloons to his body. He expected to rise slowly into the clouds like a movie scene. Instead, the balloons lifted his cat. The cat floated away, unimpressed. Raj had to chase it for 2 hours. The next day, he built what he called the Wing 3000. It was made of old ceiling fans, 2 kites, and his bedsheet. He climbed onto the roof, shouted to the sky, and jumped. For one glorious second, he felt the air under him. Then he crashed into a bush, breaking 3 kites and his dignity. The neighbors were recording everything. Kids clapped and shouted, "Nice flight, Uncle. You almost touched the 2nd floor." Raj lay on the ground, groaning, saying, "It's okay. I was testing gravity's loyalty." Even his mom came out and said, "If you try to fly again, I'll make sure you fly straight out of this house." But Raj refused to quit. He believed that failing meant he was at least trying. Weeks passed, and the whole town began waiting for his next crazy attempt. Some came for entertainment, others for concern, and a few even brought popcorn. Raj became a local celebrity, not for flying, but for falling. Then, one rainy evening, sitting in his messy garage, Raj had a moment of realization. He looked at his broken gadgets and said to himself, "Maybe flying isn't about escaping the ground. Maybe it's about rising above fear." That night changed everything. Instead of jumping from rooftops, Raj started working on himself. He went to the gym to build strength. He studied aerodynamics, watched documentaries, read books about flight. He even began making funny, motivational videos online. At first, everyone laughed at him again, but his humor and honesty made people listen. One day, he posted a video titled "How to Fall Like a Champion." He said, when life pushes you down, don't just fall, land with style. That video went viral. Millions watched it. Suddenly, Raj wasn't just a crazy flying guy. He was an internet inspiration. He became known as the man who never gave up. Months later, he was invited to speak at a big event in the city. When he walked on stage, the crowd cheered loudly. He smiled and said, "A few years ago, I was famous for falling. Today, I'm here because I kept standing back up." He told them how his biggest failures became his teachers. He said, "The truth is, you don't need wings to fly. You just need courage to jump." After that speech, something amazing happened. A small aerospace company that saw his videos contacted him. They were testing a new personal glider suit, and they wanted Raj to try it. Raj's heart almost exploded with joy. This was his moment. A few months later, he stood on top of a hill wearing the suit. His mother was there, nervous and proud. His friends were there, shouting, "Don't crash this time!" Raj laughed and shouted, "For once, I have a license to fall!" He took a deep breath, stretched his arms, and jumped. For a second, his stomach dropped. Then, whoosh! The wind caught him. He was flying. Really Flying. The ground disappeared below him. The air rushed past his face, and he screamed with joy. I did IT. I'm flying. Down below, the crowd went wild. His mom cried tears of pride. All the people who once laughed at him stood silent, watching the same man who had crashed into bushes and rooftops now soaring across the sky. When L&D reporters surrounded him, one asked, Raj, what's the secret to your success? He grinned and said, Falling. A lot of falling. Every failure was a runway that helped me take off. Then he looked at the camera and said something that touched millions of hearts. You see, flying isn't just about the sky. It's about rising every time life knocks you down. When you refuse to give up, you're already above the clouds. From that day on, Raj became an international speaker, teaching others that real flight begins when you stop fearing the fall. He used to end every talk with a smile. And his famous line, Gravity may pull you down, but courage will lift you higher. Moral of the story, failure is not falling down. It's staying down. If you can laugh at your mistakes, learn from them, and keep trying, you'll fly higher than you ever imagined. Sometimes the only wings you need are belief and persistence.